What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Mic'd Up, Jacked Up podcast. I'm your host, Mike, alongside my good friend, Jack Ryan. We're here today with our first guest, a very special guest. We got Jack Sullivan, familiar face on campus.
Jack, welcome on.
It's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Of course, happy Friday.
Yep, indeed.
Yep. Jack Sullivan has a YouTube channel, 60,000 subscribers, Exploding Film, so go check him out. We're just going to talk a little bit about gaming, talk about your YouTube, talk about you, talk about Marist, talk about just you in general. So how'd you start YouTube?
I started off with simple stop motion videos and it eventually escalated into like full-time filmmaking and just learning stuff over time eventually just leaded to like into a dedicated hobby, I guess.
Sweet.
With a group of people.
So what does a top hat mean? Is that something your subscribers know you as, or is that like a identity?
It's sort of like an iconic symbol. It originated from like a skit that I've originally portrayed as on a character basis, and then it just escalated into escalated into a real life per se.
Cool.
As I'm still wearing it.
That's awesome. And Jack, coming in as a freshman, I'd see you every day. You know, I'd always look at you and say, who is the man behind the hat? And I think it's very cool how you stick to character. You continue to wear it every day because, you know, a lot of people nowadays only care about, what this person thinks, what that person thinks, but you don't care about that. You be yourself, and I respect that a lot. I think that's very cool. What do you got, Jack?
How I want to talk about YouTube a little bit. Who inspires you, and what are some of your favorite YouTubers?
A lot of like people I would say like a lot of people just came across on the internet. I post like so many different types of videos, but I think personally my favorite types of it's just probably skit and filmmaking. But like I do a lot of stuff like gaming and voice acting and a lot of stuff like that. So I get inspired by different types of people, and some aren't even from YouTube. It's like from older generations.
Yeah, cool.
That's awesome.
What about YouTube? I think it's so crazy how YouTube is like becoming this huge thing. Like we're moving away from this sort of TV. We're not watching TV anymore. Like everyone's just watching YouTube, Netflix, Hulu.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know what I mean? Mike, do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Well, yeah, I mean, the world is changing in many ways, but you know, I sort of want to sway into the topic of how, because I know you have Exploding Apple and Exploding Films is the other one. Okay, so Exploding Apple is the gaming channel, I believe. Yeah?
Yes.
So you have about 13,000 subscribers on there and 60,000 on the other account, and you know, millions of people watch YouTube. I'm sure there's many hundreds of thousands of kids who wanna pursue YouTube and make it big, and you've made a name for yourself on the platform. And I was just wondering if there's anything you can share to the viewers or to anyone to inspire them to, you know, give them the steps to getting to that point. You know what I mean?
I think like what you should do to like really get yourself out there. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, like how you can build a following. What goes into that?
Well, the number one priority I always follow is that like you gotta like your own content first before everyone else likes it.
Absolutely.
Like you just gotta keep trying it out, and if it doesn't work, you just gotta try it again until you feel like you did it right.
I like that.
Awesome.
So I guess my question is, how on YouTube, how do people catch? How does it get along to the audience? So we've seen like YouTube's come a very long way. Like we started with like Charlie Bit My Finger, and like that was like the start of YouTube. Like stuff like that like catches on, and like you see, and like now people like who's the guy for Fortnite?
We got Ninja.
So like guys like Ninja, like they're doing such a great job of like captivating like the audience. So how do you think people like Ninja are doing that?
They just have like a specific type of personality. They don't really care about gameplay as much anymore.
No.
But they care about the people behind the game, like reactionary elements, the personality of the player. Like that's what people really like.
Right.
Yeah, the gaming community is very strong, and most people don't realize that. You know, growing up myself, I played a lot of video games, whether that be, you know, GameCube to Xbox 360 to all these things. So yeah, I mean, I feel like people really just think, oh, like games are games, but it's way beyond that. You know, the gaming community is a very strong niche group of people. So, yeah, I mean, Jack, just a question. What would you say? I have two questions actually. So we'll start off with this. Top 3 gaming consoles for you. We can categorize.
I want to start off with the gaming consoles. I'm curious about.
Yeah, we'll categorize it starting off with, we'll go Nintendo, favorite Microsoft system, and then favorite PlayStation system.
Okay.
So from each era, yeah.
I guess with Microsoft, I always grew up with like 360.
Yeah.
So did I.
Yeah.
So did I. The original Xbox too.
And we're talking Halo 3. We're talking MW2. You know, it doesn't get better than that.
Oh, Battlefront. Do you ever play Battlefront? Star Wars
I
Battlefront?
think so, but like
The
yeah.
PS2 one, right? That was good.
It was good on PS2.
Yeah.
And then I was a big fan of. No, I'm the same way though. I started off with Xbox, and then I didn't really go. I didn't change. I never went PS4, never PS3.
Yeah.
I was always Xbox.
I feel like PS4. I have the Xbox One. I do feel like PS4 is more of a. Correct me if I'm wrong. What do you think about this? I feel like PS4 is more of a solely gaming system, while with the Xbox One they made a gaming / like entertainment system.
I would think so, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And it's more entertainment now too, like Xbox and PlayStation. Like yes, you have the games, but also
like,
Netflix, YouTube.
Yeah, they're connected to so much different sources of media.
Yeah. And they have TV integrated now, right? So like you can watch TV, like you don't need a cable box anymore. Like you can just watch TV through the Xbox or through the PlayStation, which I think is crazy.
It's ridiculous what they're doing nowadays. But going back to it, sorry we got a little lost. But you said Microsoft, Xbox 360.
I would think Nintendo, probably one of the greatest systems was probably GameCube.
Dude, we're on the same page here. I love that.
The first game I've ever picked up was Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Yep, that was huge for me. Mario Sunshine, beat that game 4 times. Me and my sister. But yeah, so we got GameCube. You said you got 360. Now, bring it on to the newer consoles. PS4, Xbox One. What's it gonna be?
I mean, I never had much experience with PlayStation.
Neither have I.
Yeah.
So I can't really judge PlayStation on that, but I feel like Xbox and PlayStation have like a very similar type of competitive spirit because like people can choose one or the other because they're both can be very similar in different ways.
Okay. All right. Awesome. So
Can we talk about individual games?
Yeah,
real quick, because while we're on the subject, we might as well talk about individual games.
Yeah. So
go ahead, Mike.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Sorry. I knew. So GameCube, Smash Bros, Mario Sunshine. That was big for you. Now Xbox 360, top 3. What do you got? What are your top 3
So
games?
just any names that come to mind from
Top
Xbox
3 games.
360.
Well, I always played Plants vs Zombies: Garden Warfare with a few friends of mine in like middle high school.
Yeah.
What else? I played a bit of COD.
Yeah, I wanted
World
to
at
talk
War.
about COD. World at War is such a good game. What was your favorite? What's in that class? I'm trying to think of what the guns in that game. The MP40 was really good.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have to. Sorry, continue.
The ray gun from Zombies.
The ray gun Zombies Kino. You ever do laps around Kino?
Oh yeah, that's like
That's
the, only way
the
to
best.
stay
You get to
alive.
like level 48, level 50. It's like 3 a.m. I have so many memories like growing up. I don't know about you, Jack, but I would stay up hours on end with my friends playing FIFA. We'd play pro clubs. So basically, right, it's FIFA. So you've got like each individual character has like a player. So like everyone's a player and you play. It's just fun. I just have so many memories of staying up mad late and doing that. Can you recall what got you into video games, and like were you playing with friends or was it individual or?
Yeah, the first time I think I played Smash Melee was with a group of people. Like I was only like 5 years old at the time, so like I didn't know how to play games, but just interacting with people in general is what makes the games really good.
Yep.
It's like it's a memory you can like share upon
Absolutely.
with others.
It is. And that's something that Xbox and PlayStation do really well, like with parties and stuff.
Yeah, I still talk to my friend today that I met on Xbox years ago. He's my really good friend. But what I find so crazy is that people are still playing Super Smash Bros. On the GameCube. Like, that's insane. How many years ago did that come out? I believe
That was 2001.
2001.
So that's almost about. That's like 18 years old now.
The game's classic.
Unbelievable.
It makes me think, like, are people going to be playing, like, and it's crazy like how good the graphics are now. How what is it gonna be like in 5 years? Like, I'm very curious.
Well, they had Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and it feels everything is so smooth, and they just brought everything back.
Yeah, talking about graphics, one of the recent games I played that amazed me with the graphics. I'm sure you've played Red Dead 2.
Oh yeah,
great game. The visuals were insane. I mean, it's kind of scary to think where we're gonna be in the next decade
With video games.
Yeah, or in general. I saw there was a robot shooting half-court shots.
I saw that on House of Highlights. That was crazy.
And then once he made the shot, there was another robot clapping.
Yeah.
Like, it's a little scary.
Like, technology's wild.
It is
like
wild.
Artificial intelligence will take over.
It's crazy.
We don't. I personally, we don't know the half of it. There's so much out there that we don't even know yet.
It's gonna turn into the Terminator.
Yeah, who knows?
Literally, dude.
We'll see where it takes us.
Could you imagine? Can we talk about a little bit, in particular, what got you to where you are today? So, what you did. Was there a certain video that blew up, or was it just gradually over time you grew your audience?
I just started making stuff a lot with my friends, and we just did it so often to the point where like we just became like iconic figures on the internet. And by the time like we all like there was times where like I wanted to film but nobody else was around, so that's why I kind of started off with the gaming channel. We were originally playing Smash Bros together, like as the first couple of uploads, but as I made videos by myself, I just started doing like different types. I experimented with different types of genres of YouTube videos, like voice acting and other stuff I mentioned before.
Yeah, cool.
So it's a grind. It's a consistency.
It is a grind.
You're gonna put a video out, get a few views, and you can't let that discourage you. And that's where people tend to stop. And they don't keep coming out with content. And that's where a lot of people go wrong. You just got to keep going. You got to keep pushing. And
exactly. Don't give up.
Never give up.
I like that a lot.
Can we go into Marist, Jack?
What about Marist? Just the
what are you involved in campus? I know you're very into videoing. And what do you do around on campus?
I'm a media studies major. I work with the club Red Fox Films. I sometimes work with MCTV.
Awesome.
And there'll be like other stuff I'll be working in the media department. Like eventually I want to create a new branch for animation. Mm-hmm. I'm starting to do hand drawn animation. I'm trying to.
Oh yeah, you were showing me.
Yeah, for like for both MCTV and Red Fox Films, I'm starting to like. This is the first film I'm ever making that's like live action and an animation in one.
That's great. The one you showed me, you said that took you a day? You did it overnight or what?
There was one animation sequence where there was some guy eating an apple, and that took 3 days.
Yeah, it's crazy how quickly you can do that. That's real talent, A lot of people don't have that in them. I was really impressed when I saw that.
I was actually drawing for about 5 hours straight last night, and my hand has like veins in it, so I'm just like, I want to keep going, but my hand's like in a cramp.
Hey, man.
How do you balance, doing your YouTube, doing your schoolwork? Do you have like a set? I know my roommate, Rabbi Sung, shout out to Rabbi, by the way. Rabbi's on the Marist gaming team. They went to the semifinal, I believe, for Overwatch.
Let's go, Rabbi.
You ever play Overwatch?
I have.
Yeah, so they play Overwatch. He does a really good job. He's up till like 4, we're talking like 3, 4 a.m. Dude, I don't know how he does it. Is that like your schedule, or how do you do that?
So it would really depend on what my roommate really, if I'm not getting in his way or not.
Gotcha.
He doesn't mind that I play video games at night. It was something I used to do a lot during the winter, but now it's like during spring, so I'm trying to play some video games a little bit less, especially with the fact that I'm trying to finish up all my classes and the finals for the semester.
Yeah.
That's
gotta end.
Time, man.
That's gonna be very tough.
Yeah, it's getting there.
And I'm just like, but when I used to upload consistently, I would try to find convenient times for myself whenever either I'm not in the way of my roommate or just times where I can obviously I can edit videos whenever I want because like I stay up pretty late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You find that a lot. I feel like everyone like staying up late with playing video games,
Time
as I was
management.
talking about before. But yeah, that's all it comes down to. Man.
Yeah, nowadays that's not the reason why I stay up late.
Going back to Overwatch, man, when I hear that name, it just irks me.
Overwatch?
Yeah, and I know, I respect the game, great game, but my freshman year, Jack knows, I had a roommate. I'd be coming in.
What was his name?
Thomas the man. Look,
Where'd he
respect to
go?
him. I think he transferred to Rutgers,
Oh,
but
did he?
I'd be walking in at 2 or 3 in the morning, he's screaming at the top of his lungs, just streaming Overwatch, and I respect the grind, dude. Like, I consider myself, you know, I game from time to time, and I respect the grind.
He's just
but
on
But
it.
you gotta be courteous to others.
You gotta
Yeah.
be courteous, and I would say, like, Thomas, man, I need some sleep. I really do. I got an 8 a.m., and he looks at me, he's like, all right, I'll talk lower. But, you know, when you're 2 feet away from me, I can still hear you talking. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can play your game, just don't be screaming.
Yeah.
But, you know, it is what it is.
8
But
a.m. coming up.
honestly, still respect to him because he was very good. He got a lot
Thomas,
of
man. Forgot about him.
got a lot of streams on Twitch or I
Good for
believe,
him.
yeah.
Yeah, Twitch is big too now.
Yeah.
So, Jack, do you have any final thoughts, final things you want to talk about, Marist? You want to shout anyone out? You want to shout your YouTube out?
Well, I do work a lot with Explodin Film now. That's XPLODIN Film. I do a lot of, so starting out with this May, I'm doing like a bunch of film skits with a lot of friends. And of course, I mentioned before, I'm doing the animation.
Right. For MCTV.
Yeah, I think.
Nice. Awesome, man.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Our first guest, Jack Sullivan.
Yeah.
Subscribe to his YouTube. He plugged it. So,
Thank you guys for watching. We're gonna try and post a video about once a week, but it's been mic'd up.
it's been jacked up. Jack Sullivan.
Jack Sullivan, the man. Have a good one.